Bit more enthusiasm, Witcher. You know, you just might enjoy yourself. A great danger lies in wait. If you wish, I can tell you how you might evade it. Unless you'd prefer to ask for something else. A horn of plenty. From this day forward, whenever you're hungry, reach in to find something to eat. A mangy vagrant, Gaunter at your service. A mark to show we're associates. An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her. Actually, the opposite. I wouldn't worry about the house. The brother will be the tough bit. Adopted daughter. I know. Sadly, I can't be of service. And I must give you something to remember me by. At least 20 pairs of hands there already. One more pair of witcher's mitts will make no difference, I assure you. Once a merchant of mirrors, the madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass. Right away. Done. So you'd rather know what it is I do? There it is. The face of a man who's failed to understand a woman. Like everyone. All who have learned my true name are now either dead or have met an even worse fate. Yet I still need you. All you need to. Things that will make you change your mind. I guarantee it. Besides which, help me in this, and I shall rid you of that unsavoury mark. Not to mention all the other rewards that could be yours. And never, ever let her feel as if you've sold her out. And now, a special treat for our special guests. The Witcher Geralt and his enchanting partner, Shani. Musicians, something lovely for the loving couple. And now the time's come to pay. Yet, he shirks his obligation. And something tells me you'll need quite a bit to complete the first 2 tasks. And we stand together on the moon. Appearances are oft deceiving. The carafe is bottomless. As long as you have it, you will never want for liquor. Are you certain? I am capable of a great deal. As for the here and now, tell me, how'd you manage with your theories? As he treated yours when he sent you to find the Frog Prince? As I see it, you will never find me. Never. As much as I regret it, I can say no more. I must respect his privacy. At first, he wished to kill him. Then decided this would be too simple. So, instead, he condemned the prince to a base life and a toad's bloated corpus. At last, it's over. At their camp, she rode in there. Dark of night, black and white, gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off. At your service. Always. Because you do wish to disembark, do you not? Before I reveal this, I'd like to make one thing very clear. Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought? Before you decide, please, hear me out. You shall see Olgierd as a vile man. Blood, true. Of the summoned, not necessarily. Here, but, as it happens, I was in the right place at the right time to help you. And it's also the case that the same man has wronged us both. To my mind, those are reasons to work together. But finding her's not what should concern you most. Because you will. I'm certain of it. But I cannot fulfill them myself directly, making use instead of a... how shall I put it? A proxy. But I could. But you'll do it. Of that I'm certain. Did you know Olgierd was the one to turn the Ophiri prince into a toad? Care to wager on it? Childish hocus-pocus. It's just not interesting. What I find fascinating are true tales, true human lives, like the one I shall tell you now. Children delight in me. Elders take fright. Fair maids rejoice and spin. Ciri is hidden from my gaze. She's beyond my reach. Come, I know this to be a vile place. You might down a little glass merely to aid digestion. Come with me to see Olgierd. You shall see he's a vile, dishonourable man who treats the lives of all folk like playthings. Cry, and I weep. Yawn, and I sleep. Smile, and I shall grin. Cry, and I weep. Yawn, and I sleep. Smile, and I too shall grin. Deepest apologies, but I must ask, is this about love? Did he not mention that bit? Well then, allow me to tell it. Quite the gripping story. Do not interfere, Witcher. Remember what I did to the last fool who interrupted me. Do you know why he did it? Because he's a degenerate monster in human flesh who feeds on the pain and suffering of others. Do you really wish to know? Don't be so hasty to decide. Olgierd von Everich is a truly base and vile man, especially since time is short. Fondle me and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. Fondle and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. For now, you must tell me how you managed with your theories. Fulfill your end of the bargain, and I will remove the brand. Game over. Gaunter O'Dim, also known... Gaunter O'Dim, known also as Master Mirror. I helped you find your Yennefer. Gaunter O'Dim, known also as Master Mirror. We met in White Orchard. I helped you find your Yennefer. Gentlemen don't discuss coin. Geralt! Over here! Geralt, aren't you the curious one? Assume it to be von Everich blood and get on with it. Geralt, I cannot do everything for you. Use your head. Geralt, there are 4 dimensions. Length, width, height, and time. What would you have me fall in love with? Width? Come now. Geralt had finished his task, you see. So get ye hence, or I'll take you with me, and your mouldy crypt will look like paradise in comparison. The choice is yours. Go. You will not regret it. We shall meet there. I've a matter to attend to along the way. Go. I shall join you later. Go and revel while you can. The time for talk will come later. Go on. You'll not regret it. Go to him. See for yourself. Good luck, Geralt. Grant you 3 requests, by proxy. I present to you my champion, Geralt of Rivia. Greetings, Geralt. Remember me? Greetings, Shani. I must introduce myself. Gaunter O'Dim. It'll lift your spirits. Seek and ye shall find, perhaps. You like it? Come now. You didn't expect it to be that easy, did you? Then we'll all 3 go for a wild ride. It's what you proposed, is it not? Point for me! I can't believe you fell for that! Haven't decided yet. But I do know if I ever have trouble collecting a debt, I shall turn to a witcher. He and I made a pact. A pact under which I called on my many talents and associates to give him what he desired. He asked for help. And help I gave. Made him a rich man, successful, esteemed. He is who he is today, thanks only to me. He didn't just know. He brought about the curse himself. He does. He may ask 3 things of us, yet we won't know what they are until we see him. He must repay his debt. Now, there's a wish I understand. It's as good as done. He's thus left me no option but to invoke the terms of our pact. And that is where you come in. He's wronged you as well. His name is Olgierd von Everick. The only Borsodi I know of around here runs an auction house in Oxenfurt. Doesn't look promising. Not unlike your situation. I could try to extract you from here, you know. Interesting. I helped you find Yennefer. Then I made possible your escape, so you ought to feel grateful. Even the worst scum feel an inner compunction to repay their debts of gratitude. But not you. Interesting bit of information. We shall have to discuss it at length later. So it's not gratitude that's brought you here, which must mean curiosity's done the job. I adore that trait. It gives birth to so many fascinating tales. Interesting wish. I think I've just the thing. Let us say time has always fascinated me, so I taught myself how best to use it. Well, perhaps one day he'll say something very surprising. Very well. But we shall do this my way. How do you feel, von Everick? A little less troubled? Lighter in the heart? How should I know? Perhaps you'll get inspired once you're there. Humans, elves, dwarves, all races. You really must explain that to me. One day. I beg to differ, madame. You omit the most important ingredient in gingerbread. Time. I believe, however, that all will end well. And, once it does, we three shall meet and thank one another for the voyage we shared. I believe you do, but have yet to realize it. I could hardly abandon my proxy to the whims of fate. I disposed of a pest. There was no need for you to suffer his cheek any longer. I gave you what you wished for. Here, on the moon, our contract you fulfill. I prefer to follow. Remain in the shadows. I knew it at once. I knew you'd come. I never cheat. I promise he'll not die. I shall find you. I shall tell you a riddle. Solve it, and both you and Olgierd will be free. I shan't disturb you any longer. Have a splendid time, for time is short. I truly expected more of you. I wanted to congratulate you. You acquitted yourself splendidly with Olgierd. In fact, you've almost satisfied your debt. I'm afraid he's dead. Has been for years. I'm no cheat. I give folk what they want, nothing more. That they oft desire unworthy things, that is entirely the fault of their rotten natures. I'm no usurer to lend coin for interest. I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison. I'm rather curious how you know all this. In brief, I give folk what they ask for. You might say, I simply grant their wishes. In some sense, yes. I remember that day quite well. It was a light drizzle, yet the cold tore right through you. Incidentally, I find it quite funny how even the most rotten scoundrels have this inner compunction to repay debts of gratitude. Indeed, occasionally I find time manipulation irresistible. Controlling it offers so many appetizing opportunities. Indeed. When all's said and done, I am a merchant. So, do you want my help? Instead, why not stay and tell me how things went on the ship? Enter Geralt of Rivia himself, the Butcher of Blaviken. Is that what you believe? You're more a die-hard rationalist than I thought. It is done. Your soul belongs to me. It matters little who I am. Your escape, I made it possible. Previously, Yennefer, you found her thanks to me, so you feel you owe me. It's a culinary phenomenon, a legend, a dark and obscure object of the deepest desire. It's a deal. Once it's all over, we shall meet at midnight at the crossroads, neath the willows near the village of Yantra. It's about a man, worse than most. A vulgar, despicable man with a heart of stone. A man who refuses to pay his debts. Just one. Honesty. Just remember, you must find me before time runs out. Just who would I be if the true nature of things remained hidden from me? Law of the market. I was not the one to coin the phrase, nothing comes free, like spiking the soup of unsavory individuals with appropriately ghastly things. Long story, it'd bore you. I'd prefer to focus on something more useful, like getting you off this ship. Muscle is not what this requires. It needs a soul intelligent and clever. An individual who fears no dare. Someone like you. Must say I'm surprised. My, what a lovely dress. The colour suits you exquisitely. My assistant, Geralt. My world, my rules. Naturally. Just as soon as you complete your task. Nearly. To fulfill the terms of the contract to the letter, you must do one more thing. Draw Olgierd to the Temple of Lilvani. Necromancy is hardly your only option for reviving a soul. An old-fashioned ritual, a blood summoning. That's what you need. No, Geralt, you don't. This one time I shall spare you and not grant your wish. No, not I. That would be their poorly formulated wishes. No. What Olgierd owes me is far more personal than shiny things that clink. No. I've come to collect a debt. No dice. You can't possibly ogle an echo. Now, tell me what reward you've chosen. Of course. Why ever wouldn't I? Of course. Women are simple. The problem is that men are hopeless fools. Of course he did. He'd never have dragged you into this elsewise. Of course I am. Wouldn't you be? Time's a marvellous plaything. Of course I needn't have. Of course it is. After all, I am a travelling merchant. But make no mistake, I've many interesting wares on offer. Of course you did. He was a shining role model. Olgierd ran faster, shot truer, lifted greater weights. Oh, and take plenty of coin. I've a feeling it could come in handy. Oh, awful. You're doing terribly. Remember, you can always give up. Oh, but we did. As a man of the world, you should know that every contract contains a catch or two. Small print, which, nevertheless, changes the ultimate meaning of the pact. Oh, by the way, Olgierd's a much better dancer. Oh, more than you'd ever expect. I shall help you, Geralt. But before I do, I must know you'll return the favour. Oh, the devilry. Why didn't you say so? We must act. Oh my, far too simple. I dislike simple solutions. Do you like them? Olgierd appeared at the break of dawn. Gaunt as a rail, his shirt moth-eaten. Seemed to have naught but the sword at his side. It quite pained me to look at him. Olgierd learned to read first, although you tried your damnedest to beat him. As you grew up, he had his pick of girls, whereas you made do with the leftovers. Olgierd once loved a beautiful maiden named Iris. Yet her parents chose to offer her hand to the Crown Prince of Ophir. Olgierd grew to hate the poor sot. Olgierd von Everic did wilfully and maliciously conspire to cause you to kill a man who might have been cured. Had I not intervened, you would have lost your head for this. Or, as they say in the West, a real son of a whore. Perhaps. Please, Geralt. I knew the Ophiri had captured you. Was I not to know how this had come to pass? Oh, please, no. I cannot stand spells. Plenty more where it came from. Quite simply, I know a lot about everything. Ready? Let's begin. Really, Geralt? Unable to resist a few shiny coins? Regardless, what matters is Vladimir von Everic will bother you no more. Rich? Truly? Banal. But, all right, I gave my word. You asked, you shall receive. Seek, Geralt, seek! Seize the night. Seize your chance. Enjoy one another. That's it. Have fun. Sent him back whence he came. Shani, darling. Would you ask an eagle how it knows how to fly? She cares for you. You have feelings for her. Don't overthink it. Surrender to spontaneous honesty. Nothing more beautiful in human relationships. So glad to see everyone's made it. So states the contract. Yet nowhere does it forbid me from providing help. So you say, yet I wait and nothing. So you were listening. Someone like you. Meaning no one. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Sounds practical. And can be arranged. Stop fooling yourself. Shani isn't here for you. She's here for Geralt. Even after death, you still play the pale imitation. Surfeit. Abundance for the body and soul. You will lack neither food nor drink. As a witcher, you might desire weapons supreme. I can offer you those you've dreamt of. Take this. Place it on your steed, and you will ride swift as the wind. That is all I ask. That is, if this slop doesn't kill you first. That is its purpose. That should do the trick. That was the last time you interrupted me while I was talking to someone. That you were ever the worst brother. That you envied Olgierd from your earliest days and always wished to be just like him. That you will not find in any recipe. You must surrender to your senses. Let them lead you so close to time, you touch it. Let you sniff it, stroke it even. Time. Time is the key. That's good. Olgierd probably wouldn't want me to talk to you about him. The charming redhead, for instance. The medic. You know the one. The question is, were you as dear to him as he seems to have been to you? The von Evericks are well known in these parts. You must have met someone who's heard of the family. Then my original offer stands. Then there's a few things you must remember. There are certain things even I cannot meddle with. There will come a time when fear will engulf her. Instill courage in her, but do not act in her stead. There will come a time when one will betray her. Let her vent her rage. There will come a time when she will come to you defeated, resigned. Find a way to make her laugh. There will come a time when she will grieve for a friend. Grieve with her. Therein lies the catch. Our pact states that before I can collect my due, I must yet fulfill 3 wishes for von Everec. They must have relocated. You just might get an opportunity to ask them why. Think it over. I agree you've no a priori reason to trust me. This applies to oral contracts as well. Recall that I said, and I quote, I believe, however, that all will end well, and once it does, we 3 shall meet and thank one another for the voyage we shared. End quote. Through howling winds, pouring rain, with their life hanging by a thread. Time gives the proper consistency. Time provides that ideal crunch on the outside, the delicious moistness within. To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. To start with, join me in paying von Everec a visit. Then we shall improvise. To your health. True. I'd much rather tell you about an individual of interest to us both. 2 Schnapsies. Vladimir von Everec. Go back whence you came. Please, we meet again. And it seems you need my help again. Heard a noose awaits you. We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help. We must meet again one day. Business with you is pure pleasure. We shall see, my friend. We were to meet at the crossroads, yet you show up here. Well, what do you know? What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am. What difference does it make? What do you mean, what? Your soul. What do you propose we play? Gwent? What I need is an ally. And something tells me I shall find none better than you. What is it about swords that turns men into utter fools when they see one for the taking? Which only ever makes the game more interesting. Which reminds me, time is running out. Who knows? Perhaps this time will be different. I saw you looking at each other, and it just so happens I also know the history you share. Yennefer of Vengerberg. Yes. As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation. And yet afterwards, he turned his back, shunned me, sends me off when I dare ask for payment, even sicked his hounds on me once. Yet he grew bored of watching him suffer and decided to end it. By your hand. Yet you described her perfectly, and once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it. You look haggard. It's just a few drops to improve your mood. A little schnapsy's never hurt a soul. You must find me before the sand in the hourglass runs out. You must know, my dear ladies, that traditional gingerbread is not your ordinary baked good. You needn't end like Aldona and Jonas. Besotted fools bound by a contract they'll never escape. You shan't touch me. I know you'd very much like to act like your brother in this situation, demonstrate how manly you are, but let's be honest. Nothing will come of it. You tell me, what am I? You wish to give your soul for his? You wish to play. So let us play. Your body, agile as never before. Your mind, faster than lightning. Romantic prowess to charm all womankind. But above all, I offer a great and true adventure. An experience like no other, the fate of only the chosen few. Your friend will now make a show of being hurt, pick her some flowers, or bring her a drink. She'll get over it in a snap. You're simply not him, no matter how much you wish you were. You've not heard enough?